That radio chick Cheryl Lee here. Welcome to the Still Rocking It podcast, where we'll have music, news reviews and interviews with some of our favourite Australian musicians and artists. The Sharp, the band that had the hit Alone Like Me in 1994 in the ARIA Top 20, are back. And they are back with a vengeance. Staying true to the Sharp's signature hooks, riffs and harmonies, their brand new EP called 4 delivers a tougher, more dynamic edge to their sound. We were lucky enough today to catch up with Piet Collins, founding member of The Sharp, to find out all the latest goss. To catch up on podcasts from other favourite artists, simply go to thatradiochick.com.au. You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick, and I'd like to welcome into the Zoom room for a chat today, Piet Collins, founding member of The Sharp. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks very much for having me. We're looking forward to coming back to Adelaide.
Why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Mount Barker, so...
oh, did you?
Yeah, Adelaide's my hometown. Yeah, so I always love coming back.
Awesome, and I did not know that. We've got some exciting things to talk about, some new music, release of some old music on vinyl. There's the tour. For those that might not be fully au fait with The Sharp, should we go back a tiny bit before we go forward?
Let's do that.
If I've done my maths correctly, you were a three-piece band, Rockabilly band, formed in 1990 in Melbourne. You've morphed, haven't you? You are now a four-piece?
Yeah, that's right. So the original lineup existed from 90 to 95, and then we took a long hiatus and we did a few little comeback things. And then our original bass player, Alan, didn't want to be involved anymore, which is totally fine. I reached out to Scott Owen from The Living End. Unbeknownst to me, he was a massive Sharp fan growing up. I was really stoked to be asked to join, and he's been with us now for just over a year. And we've got a new lead singer as well, a guy called Louis Lee, and he's been awesome. So the new lineup's been a lot of fun.
We're really looking forward to you hitting Adelaide so we can check it out. You guys did 2 studio albums in 93. This is The Sharp, 94, Sonic Tripod. It's the debut album that's been re-released on vinyl.
Yeah, that's right. So we got in contact with our old label, Warner Music. Basically, a lot of fans had been on at us for years, why can't we get a vinyl copy? And we never even really considered it. And then Warner's put the whole thing together, and so you can buy that vinyl album through our website or also through the Warner Australia website as well.
And your website is?
I reckon it's just thesharp.au.
Are you saying that when it was originally released in 93 that it wasn't released on vinyl?
No, it wasn't. 93 was sort of the era of CDs.
The CD era.
And also the K-single, if anyone remembers those. Horrible things which used to get jammed in your car, in your Gemini playback.
Yes, that's right.
So, yeah, it was never really an option. But then, there's kind of been a bit of an explosion of interest in vinyl in the last decade or so, I'd say. And a lot of people just prefer having that bigger format with the artwork and everything, yeah.
We absolutely do. There has been, that nostalgic resurgence of vinyl recently, and all us oldies, and even some of the young ones are really keen to get, the big sleeves, and you can read all about it.
Yeah, just having that experience of being able to put on an album and listen to it from start to finish, put on the B-side, it's a much more tactile experience than jumping onto Spotify and just mindlessly surfing.
It's more of a journey, I think, an album where you have to, like you say, physically turn it over to continue the story. CDs, it's a little bit easy to I don't know about that. That's not my favourite. Skip. You miss part of the story.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's almost like the difference between reading a book and listening to an audio file or something, where all the work's done for you essentially, whereas if you're reading, you've got to put in the work, so it's a bit of a journey.
You're so right. I've never thought of it that way, but when you're reading, your imagination is completely free to go wherever it wants to go, which isn't quite the same when you listen to someone read it to you.
Exactly right. I mean, the whole purpose of reading is to give your brain a workout and let it have a bit of a holiday. And I think a lot of people are not taking advantage of that anymore.
Congratulations on the release of the vinyl. Good move.
Yeah. Well, it's been a lot of fun, and also it's picked up a lot of resurgent interest in the band as well,
And the music, yeah.
and the music and the image and the whole thing that we put together in the early to mid '90s. But we've also got new music out. We've just released a 4-track EP, which is imaginatively called Four.
Yeah. I wondered if is that because it's 4 tracks? Is it your fourth work or because it's 4 of you?
All of those
All
reasons.
of you.
So it was a bit of an obvious choice, but I think it works pretty well.
Well, we'll talk about the songs in that in a minute. I'm a little bit interested. Well, firstly, this one's a bit out of left field. Who knew that in 1991, Pete was a writer for Neighbours?
Yeah, true. Well, actually, not 91. No, it wasn't 91.
Oh,
I think that's good old Wikipedia being,
close enough. Yeah.
close enough. Yeah, exactly. I didn't start at Neighbours till 97.
Right.
After the Sharp parted ways, I worked in radio for a couple of years at Austereo MCM, and then after that, I managed to score a job writing for Neighbours, which I did for about 10 years.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a bit of a sidestep, isn't
that's a
it?
bit weird, isn't it? Definitely a fun time. I think I needed a break from music, to be honest. I was a bit sort of musicked out. That was a nice thing to do. Yeah.
You know, it's a classic show. It went for so long. We used to run inside to watch it every night, and it must be, a little bit pleasing to be part of such an iconic Aussie show.
Yeah, so primarily I was there as a storyliner, so you develop stories across the week. Those get farmed out to scriptwriters who then turn that into dialogue. But I also wrote 70 half-hour episodes for the show as well, which was not a bad effort, I thought, back in the day.
Yeah, you are multi-talented, aren't you?
I think you've got to be these days, don't you? I don't think you can be a one-trick pony. You've got to kind of just keep on morphing into different worlds.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask, you guys had a little bit of a break, just a little bit. What do you guys all get up to in that downtime?
My career sort of went into, media, television, radio, did some print work as well. I didn't really play much music for almost a decade, and then I sort of slowly got back into it. Charlie's always played, ran a bookshop for a while in Melbourne. He now teaches young guitarists in schools, and I also teach now.
So do you?
Yeah, so I'm teaching at a place called Peninsula Grammar in the Mornington Peninsula in Victoria. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's good to be able to, try and help some aspiring young people to do what they want to do.
Bringing through the next generation of musicians.
Yeah, and hopefully, they'll take on board some of the, not just the musical lessons that I can teach them, but some of the life lessons as well,
Absolutely. Good music teachers, so important. It's so good that the curriculum is still in schools, We just need to teach music all the time because it has so many benefits.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't support that anymore. And I hope that that's what's happening in South Australia. I'm sure it is.
Anything else exciting happen in that break?
Oh, got married, had a couple of kids, did all that sort of stuff.
How old are the children?
19 and 17.
And do either of them have any musical talent? Are they following you into the family?
No. In a word, they've both dabbled with different musical instruments over the years, but I'm not the sort of person who wants, you must do this and you must do that. If the passion's not there for it, then there's just no point in trying to make people do things.
I mean, all you want for your kids, isn't it, is for them to be happy, whatever it is they do.
Yeah, happy and well paid, I think.
Yeah. Happy, healthy, and earning a lot of money.
Yeah. All of it.
The group has stated that some of your early influences were the Kinks, the Beatles, and the Easy Beats.
Yeah.
And you can hear that, can't you, in the music?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the band actually started off being a flat-out rockabilly band. So the band was called 59 Sharp, and it was all rockabilly. It was, old school Eddie Cochran, Stray Cats, all of that rootsy rock and roll, Little Richard. It's really timeless stuff. You go back and listen to that stuff now, and you really appreciate how powerful and clever it was back all those years ago,
And it still holds up. It's still great music to put on and listen to and dance to. And
yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I've been getting obsessed with Little Richard lately, and it's just insane to think that someone like him was around, in the early 50s being crazy, like a complete crazy man, singing some pretty naughty lyrics, and it was amazing. I don't think the world's seen anything like it.
They really were trendsetters, weren't they? They sort of opened the doors and set the path for you guys to come along.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the Living End, when they first started, they were a band called the Runaway Boys. Same thing. They just played all of that early rockabilly music. And the Living End actually supported the Sharp a couple of times when they were just out of high school. Those guys would have been maybe 16, 17 years old, and they used to like really look up to us because we were like the big kids, you know?
Well, it was good that you guys could work together and learn from each other. And it comes full circle. And now you've got
Scott
playing with you.
Yeah, so it's a real full circle moment. He's loving it, and we're loving having him. And, Living End are a big Australian act, and they've just released a new album. So we have to work around what they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the Adelaide trip fits in well with everyone. So we're really looking forward to coming back.
And does Scott, when he's playing with you guys, does he jump up on his big double bass and jump off? And
does all of that. Can't be stopped.
Can't stop him.
Can't be stopped. I mean, the double bass, apart from being a great instrument, is also a great piece of architecture.
It doubles as a ladder.
That's right, as a launching platform.
Well, that's good to hear. Do you think it was, so you performed your last gig in 95 at the Hallam Hotel and then really didn't do anything else for 5 years until you did a reunion gig in Melbourne. And then it was another 10 when you started playing shows in Adelaide. And then did you just think the time's right?
Yeah. There was various things stopping us from getting back together and, full-time jobs and, those kinds of things. All of that stuff. I mean, like those kind of life things just happen to everyone, I assume. But it felt, when I asked Scott and he said yes immediately, it just really gave us the energy and the impetus to really have another go at it and to bring back the music that was so popular back then.
You're clearly loving it?
Yeah, we're having a great time. Last year we did a run of support shows for James Rain. So we went to Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Gold Coast, and it was great playing in front of his crowd, because a lot of his crowd is similar sort of age group, maybe a little bit older. But playing to those packed rooms and to see people go, yeah, I remember those guys, and let's go and do it again. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
You've been back together sort of officially since March last year?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think we did our first show almost exactly a year ago with the new lineup. We've done about a dozen shows since then.
At those shows, you've been showcasing the This Is Sharp album, like in its entirety.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we play the whole album, plus some of the better known ones off the second album, like Alone Like Me and things like that. But yeah, all the stuff like Talking Sly and Scratch My Back, Alone Like Me, and those kinds of songs. Those were the songs that got the biggest amount of airplay back in the day.
I do love it when a band plays an album because, again, it's got that story.
Yeah, that's right. There's a sort of an ebb and flow to it. We don't necessarily play it in order because
it's on shuffle.
Yeah, that's right. You can do that at home, But we like to try and structure the show where it starts really strong and punchy, and then there's a sort of a middle section where we get to play some of the slower, more intimate things, and then
go out with a bang.
Go out with a monster bang at the end, Have
we got that to look forward to when you come to Adelaide?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we'll be doing. That's what we'll be playing. Plus, we'll be playing a few tracks off the new EP. Yeah.
It is actually available now on CD or all your downloading suspects.
That's it. It's on Spotify, but you can also buy a physical copy of the CD if that's the way you want to do it. Give people choices.
Copies available at the shows as well, which is good to know.
Yeah, that's right.
4 songs. Who wrote those?
First one, Enemies. That was pretty much mostly Scott. How we work is that we bring a sort of a really strong, mostly formed idea into the rehearsal room. Okay, this is my idea. Here's how we want it to go. And then before you know it, it becomes a 4-way writing process. So we've all contributed to all
Yeah.
of those songs. Yeah. The second song is called Skinny Dog, and that's mostly Charlie's psychedelic mind at work. And then the next one is mine, pretty much, Tonight, which is kind of like almost a bit of a, social commentary about life being tough, but let's go out and have fun anyway.
And then Scratch My Back is a bonus live track.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we recorded that at a place called Bird's Basement in Melbourne. We weren't intending to record it for release, but the engineer decided to record it, and it turned out so well that, we just had to include it.
You can catch the Sharp in Geelong, Victoria. But what's important for us is we've got the Edinburgh Castle, Friday 19th of September, Big Easy Radio on the Saturday the 20th of September, and the Wheat Sheaf on Sunday 21st. You're spoilt for choice. You can go to 1, 2 or 3 of the gigs.
They're all quite different gigs. So the Ed, which is really just reopened, that's our only central Adelaide show. But then the next night we're at Aldinga, which is way down the coast. And the Wheat Sheaf is a good opportunity if you want to come and see us in the afternoon. So they're 3 quite different gigs.
A Sunday sesh.
Yeah, a Sunday sesh, of course.
Yeah. Then in October, you're at the Brunswick Ballroom in Victoria as well. Plenty of places to see and hear and buy the CD and be reminded why we all love the Sharp.
Yeah, come down to a show. We'd love to see you. Because we only really get to Adelaide once a year, we have a lot of people showing up and they want us to sign T-shirts and albums and all that sort of stuff. And we're really happy to do it. We're always happy to meet with friendly faces.
That is lovely. Good luck with the launch of the new music. It's fantastic. Good luck with your tour. I'll see you down the front sometime very soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you. Pete, was there anything else that you wanted to touch on?
Not really. I think we covered pretty much everything. Yeah, we got the history, we got the what's happening now, and we got the tour dates out, and I think it's all a neat little package. You just have to try and make me look a bit more young.
Yeah. I need a filter for both of us.
You just get that young filter on there.
Yeah. Just get our good side. I'll leave you to it. I know you're busy. I appreciate you spending a bit of time with us in the Zoom room today. I was trying to decide which song we might play. I think we might play yours. Would you like to introduce your song for us?
Absolutely. Piet Collins here from The Sharp, and we're about to hear off our new EP, 4. This is the song Tonight.
Perfect.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks again.
Bye.
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
What is happening in my town? All of the clubs are closing down. We had better be on our way. Maybe we'll find a brighter day. Can't find happiness here no more. All of those years, what was it for? What was it Tonight, we'll scale the darkness into light. Tonight, we won't give up without a fight. Tonight, we'll scale the darkness into light. Tonight, we won't give up without a fight. Tonight, good night.
You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick. Thank you so much for joining me on the Still Rocking It podcast. Hope to catch you again next time. Get out when you can, support Aussie music, and I'll see you down the front.